I used to have this very loyal viewer. His name was Charizard, and I met him on an old server back when I used to be on this server very actively. Because I was very active on this server, I got to know him, and then he later came onto my server and started watching my streams before I barely had any viewers. He stayed with my streams, therefore I quite enjoyed him being there, because before he came, the only other person was my friend in real life who would actually be there at every stream. Because he was so loyal, he became a big part of the channel, being in a lot of videos, and overall just being a big figure in the community that's still to this day pretty small. But if you try looking for his name, he won't be anywhere because I banned him. And even though it seems like I made a bad decision, I don't regret it at all. So I want to talk about him and make this as a little bit of a tribute slash why I did a video on him. Now Charizard, when he first joined, was very similar to me, as in we enjoyed the same games, we both enjoyed streaming and adding random videos into media share. It was a very good combination of the two of us, so because of that we thrived and I quite enjoyed him being in the VCs. But over time, he became more and more annoying. First of all, he kept sending in very hateful videos, you know, like videos that are dark humor, even though they're just blatantly racist or homophobic, something like that, which annoyed me very much because I'm very against that. And even though I told him to stop, he wouldn't. So yeah, that wasn't good. Also, he would do stuff, and when I told him to stop, he'll be like, okay, and then wouldn't. Like, he had his computer, right, and he would be listening with speakers. And so every time I would be streaming and he'll join VC, because in my streams you can join VC and you'll be on the stream, you could just hear my own voice playing. And so I was like, oh, Charizard, maybe you want to stop using speakers? And I'm like, oh, I have to use speakers. But then we figured out a way where he could use headphones, but he didn't care. He just kept using his speakers. So I could hear basically every noise that was coming from his speakers, and it would play on the streams, which was very annoying, especially if he could solve it. He would also do just random stuff, and when I told him to stop, he wouldn't. So this caused me to mute him, which in my server, I can mute you. You're still part of the server, but you just can't talk. You could see all the voice chats and everything, you just can't talk at all. But then he will bug me, oh, unmute me, so I would unmute him, and then he would just do the same things again. He used to be a very enjoyable person to be with, but over time he just started declining and becoming more and more annoying. So one day when he posted an offensive video, even though clearly in the rules it said not to, I muted him. And I didn't feel like unmuting him, so I didn't. And he kept DMing me, unmute me, unmute me, unmute me. So then I blocked him because I didn't want to see these messages. Then I heard nothing from him, which I was happy with, until he got these rules, which in my server, if you go to the specific channel and you react onto one of the comments, you could get a special rule, right, that is specific to that message. He found out that if you click on those, you get a special permission not to talk, but to create threads. So he did this and then typed, help guys, this guy's been holding me hostage. There's something along the lines of that. So then I banned him. And the friend member I was talking about that used to be the only guy watching my stream, he was like, oh, why'd you mute him? And then I was like, oh, because he was being annoying. And then he was crying for help. And then he disagreed with it for some reason, but after clarifying a little bit, he was like, okay. Anyway, after I banned him, I was relieved. Finally, this guy that was so annoying is just gone. I didn't think much of him. You know, new people joined who also talked, so I was fine with that. And then when I streamed last week, this guy came onto my stream in the voice chat. His name was Nightshade or something. And I remember him joining. I didn't think much of it. I was just like, hi. And there was this guy who sounded very low energy.
But what is there to even do in South Dakota?
Literally nothing. I didn't think much of it. And then I looked at the media share, and it was under the Twitch name of Charizard. So I was like, this guy's still watching the stream. And then, I vividly remember this, I was just sitting there, and then in the VC he went, help, please let me back, please let me back, I promise you this is the only thing I have. And then I banned that alt account right away. You know, I should have suspected it was an alt account because he knew that I loved IKEA very much and I lived in Pacific time, even though when I asked him, how long have you been watching, he said, oh, a week. And then I asked him, oh, what's your YouTube account? I don't have one. Who has a Discord account but not a YouTube account? That makes no sense. I should have thought of it right through. He was so desperate to be in my community that he created an alt and went undercover, but for some reason his idiot brain thought, oh, if I cry for help, he'll bring me back, which did not work. So after I banned him in that stream, I kept streaming, but then he kept DMing my friend, you know, the guy who's been there all along, and then trying to talk through it and creating a compromise, which I do not want to do because I don't want him in this server back ever again. So then I banned him. I told him no compromises. He was like, okay, have a nice life. I guess I'll never see you again. You know, just not. And then we were playing this multiplayer game and he was playing it with us. Like, he could not move on from this community even though he himself claimed that I was gonna move on. Apparently he has no other friends, that he has to resort to these people and then be annoying. Which I won't blame people for not wanting to be friends with him because of how annoying he is. Being annoying is something that we all are. I'm a very annoying person. But when people tell you to stop doing something, that should be an indicator. Maybe I'm being too annoying. I need to stop. But Charizard doesn't have that. He just thinks he's being funny. You know, he's the definition of random equals funny, which is... Oh, please join the Discord because we need more people now that it's kind of empty there. It's always been empty, but he was very active. Even though he was not a good person, he was active in general. So now that he's gone, we need more people. So please join the Discord. You get to join streams while it's there. Yeah, if I'm streaming and you see the VC at the top, you can join that if you join the server, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Also, you get alerted every time I upload a video, which people will probably find annoying. But the good thing is you can toggle on and off if you want that to happen in the server, so that's good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button because I need subscribers. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week.
Hello. My name is Jamal.
Jamal.
60 seconds in Africa.
I'm gonna come clean here, man. I just want to chill again.
Together we can stop this.
Oh, fuck
The
you.
server, man, it
Fuck
keeps me
you.
going, man. I'm so bored
Fuck
without it.
you. What a pathetic guy.